there's this topic that's kind of been on my mind lately about a lot of fighters taking short notice fights, just like to kind of get in good graces with the UFC, but then you got to also take your career seriously. So not to say that you're taking short notice fights, but just the fact that you take your career seriously, you think it out and stuff. I think that's pretty important for a lot of like fighters these days.
Agreed. Because whether you take short notice fights or you're trying to be a company man, you go on a losing streak for whatever reason, you're about the UFC, and now you're back to the regional scenes and trying to figure it out. It's a hard, narrow road to play, So if you are going to take those short notice fights and you are going to be doing those things, it should be the fights you can win. You should feel confident in the fact that you can win these fights, that you're in shape, that you're ready to go, that you're at the best of your abilities. Because if not, you're putting yourself in a position where you're going to lose. Because if you lose that fight, and then let's say you happen to get booked for another tough fight because now you have a loss, and you lose that fight, now we're in a tougher situation, So I definitely think that guys got to be smart about that, and trying to make the right decisions. And it's hard, right? We all want to fight. We all want to show that we're those guys. We all want to be like Cowboy Cerrone, show that we're ready to fight anytime, any place, anybody, anywhere. But it's like, all right, at a certain point, this is our career, this is our families, this is our livelihood, this is business, right? You gotta be businessman.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. So, as far as like taking it seriously and all that, how seriously do you take your training camps? Like, are you like, you got the whole freaking schedule mapped out Monday through Friday or something, and then you got like recovery too that you got mapped out, and like diet and stuff? Just how far are you going with it?
All of that. Yep,
All
all
of
of that.
that?
So,
Yeah.
especially being in the UFC now and having more on my hands, there's more things that I can do. There's more people and more networking that I can do. So yeah, so nutrition's on point. I mean, especially so 8 to 6 weeks out from the fight, depending upon where we're at physically, I'm dialing everything in. I'm dialing my nutrition in. I'm dialing multiple training sessions in with strength training, strength and conditioning training involved in that as well. My whole training schedule Monday through Sunday, and then also recovery. So I go to Eminent Wellness out here. They have a lot of great recovery the items there, so I'm able to use that. Also, any PT, physical therapy that I need as well. So that's a whole nother thing as well. So I try to be as vigilant as possible in all those areas.
Okay. And how much are you like? What's your schedule like? You said Monday through Sunday you're training, or you got to have at least a couple recovery days, no?
So Monday through Saturday I'm training. Sunday's my rest day, right? So I used to do an active rest, but yeah, I usually train 6 days a week, especially in camp. 6 days a week, 2 days or 2 times a day for the most part. Now, if need be, and there is anything going on, like I'm extra sore, I had extra hard training session or anything like that, I can absolutely pull back certain sessions. But in the ideal world, I get to train 2 times a day, 6 days a week, every week leading up to the fight. And that's it. And that would be a perfect camp for me, which this camp was pretty darn close. I think there was only one day that I didn't train like I wanted to.
Okay, hell yeah. And with the training too, is it like how do you do it? Like wrestling in the morning? Is it all MMA training all the time? How do you like kind of practice?
So our team already has all that set up. Mondays are so we have jiu-jitsu, strength training in the morning on Mondays. And I mean, there's everything in the Monday. So I could literally do whatever I want, but usually that's how it goes. Straight chain jiu-jitsu in the morning on Monday, striking practice in the afternoon on Monday. Tuesday is striking practice in the morning, mitts in the morning, and then some jiu-jitsu, and then come back again, wrestling practice in the afternoon, strength training in the morning on Wednesday, and then sparring on Wednesday afternoon, and then vice versa, same thing throughout the whole week, just mixing it all up there. So I'm doing all of them, I'm doing every different discipline. They just depends on which days I'm doing them.